Wires OO.
Hello, it is Wires OO, and tonight we are here at Eldia Summit at Elsewhere in Brooklyn, New York. Wires OO here, and tonight we're here with Swami Sound. Swami, what's up?
Yo, what's good?
So, you're a legendary DJ from the Bronx, and you're kind of like a king of NYC garage. Is it garage?
Garage, still spelled the British way, for sure, yeah.
So how do you feel about the genre, and how do you see it evolving right now?
I think that there's a lot to revere about the genre. I'm glad that it's coming full circle back to New York City. Without a doubt, absolute love to everybody across the pond doing the UKG sound, pushing it forward. And I hope to meet all of them soon. I hope to just like push the sound with them. The pioneers, like I'm not alone in this, so I'm like really glad that like there's a sound that I found and I'm able to be a part of and push the envelope with.
Right. And with this like move into like chiller type music that is still just as fun to rave to, like do you see that becoming like the next wave basically?
I mean, like I think it's all intrinsic for me. It's second nature, so I think like if whether or not it's like the next thing, I'm not sure. I hope it is, because then that would just mean I have much more of an opportunity to sort of like pop in that specific area. But I do know that my music is on the chiller side, absolutely, and I'm glad that like other people can like really receive that and be like, okay, word, this is a little chill, but this is still cool.
But even though it's chill, you got the crowd like absolutely moving.
I think that's the most important part, is that there's like energy behind it. It's less about like how it really sounds, but when you're live, like people really receive you. So like when performing, it's just like you've got the energy, you've got everybody in the palm of your hand, so that's really important. Yeah.
And you have a lot of iconic mixes that are posted now onto SoundCloud, like some, for example, like Icebox by Omarion, Waiting by Kalila, even like an Ice Spice one too.
Yeah, a couple of those. Yeah.
So when you hear a song, how do you know like, oh shit, wait, this song is the right one to make a mix to?
I don't know. I'm just, sometimes when I'm on Twitter, I'm like, yo, I don't want to hear this shit. Or like with a lot of producers on Twitter, I don't want to throw shots, but sometimes I just feel like I have something to prove in a way that I'm just like, yo, like y'all don't have like yo, come down, like stop. Is a lot of I'm still from New York, like I got that competition in my brain, like like if I want to feel like, nah, hold on, like let me flex, like on some shit, like I don't know, it's like within me when I feel like, yo, I gotta show y'all niggas what's good. Like even with that Terrarium Moi mix, I did that because I heard another edit and I was like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna make my own.
And your debut album, Back in the Day, it came out recently?
Yeah, it did.
So what was the experience of making that, and what was the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, I spent my entire life working on Back in the Day, and I'm glad that I was able to get it out, finish it. It takes a lot of spirit, energy, and resolve to start a project and finish it, and I'm glad people like it as well. That is the most profound feeling, and I feel like everything came in perfect timing.
For that, you have a little visualizer of like a little blue iPod, right? And it has the music on it. So do you enjoy the feeling of like nostalgic technology, like the technology of like when we were younger in the past?
I mean, I think the whole thing behind like my marketing and all the visual aspects is like, it's not about some shit that I never had. These are all things that I had. I remember like when I was in like 8th grade, like I had a teal iPod Nano, that exact one, and like I got robbed for it. So it's like even down to like the Nintendo DS stuff, like it's not really, for me, it's not about the same vein as like people on the internet using like Y2K aesthetic to sort of push themselves, or using like anime like and like Japanese like caricatures to sort of push their sounds, things like that. These are like things that are literally a part of my personality.
Exactly, yeah.
And like the reason why they come across and are received so well is because I'm offering it in such an authentic way that is like beyond nostalgia. It's like, yo, like, you know,
We grew up with this.
like I literally grew up with these things.
And speaking of that, I have my pet here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can you give him a little pet? My little eye dog. I literally had this one also when I was a child, the same exact one.
Exactly.
And I got it again on eBay because I needed to be reminded of that.
Exactly. I think the cool thing about like, you know, everything that I'm offering visually but also sonically is that in the same process I'm like healing my inner child. You know, so it's like it's I'm offering like a very important aspect of my life through my music. Which is, I think that's why it's so profound, and that's why it's being received the way it is because this is like literally me, like in my soul, like kind of like all put forth within the music.
All right, thank you so much, Swami.
Absolutely,
Thank you. YRZOO here, and tonight we are here with Gum P3. What's up?
I'm chilling. What's good?
Gum, is it true that you were a studio art major at NYU?
I was. I'm the greatest NYU alum of all time. I need everybody to know that right now. I'm the best.
All right, and I have to ask, how did the name come from Dirty Bird to Gum?
Cause I got a cease and desist and from a bigger record label called Dirty Bird, and they were like,
No way.
Yeah, cause I was low-key talking mad shit about them on Twitter. Okay, not mad shit. I talked shit about them one time. Cause everybody was like, "Oh, you should change your name." There's a record label with the same name. I was like, "Yo, well, can I cuss?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck." And then I was like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck. It's a label full of white guys. I super don't give a fuck. My audience is different from them, and I'm also better than them." I didn't literally that same evening, like not even 3 hours later, I got a cease and desist. I was like, "Yo, let me cook. Like, I ain't even do nothing."
Let him cook. Let's get into the music now. So, your music is a blend of a lot. You know, there's like touches of soul, touches of Afrofuturism. So, what inspired you to mix all these sounds together?
Moody Man. Moody Man is one of the greatest producers of all time. Definitely one of my contemporary favorites. He does a good job of bridging jazz and funk and deep house music. So that's what really inspired me back when I first started producing to take a post-genre approach, but also a historical approach, and engaging with the legacy of black music. And kind of weaving that into my productions.
And in addition to making music, you also run Gum Studio, right?
I do run Gum Studio.
Let's go. What can you tell us about that animation project?
Oh, it's coming. Yo, we've been working on shit for like a year and a half now. We just moved from like pre-production into the actual production phase. We had to create a lot of our own 3D tools and like shaders and like textures and all that stuff. So we can get ready to composite 3D stuff with the 2D animation. So now we're in a place where we can actually look at some storyboards and actually start cutting out scenes and drawing stuff. So it's moving.
You have a lot of original characters that are representing like all spectrums of people.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering, like, do people that you know in real life inspire those characters, or do you just completely come up with them? Are they completely fictional?
They're completely fictional, not so much based on any real people. I will say a lot of the, like, I got like 2 Haitian characters that I didn't make Haitian because my friend Rashid, who's a graphic designer, is Haitian. I thought it would be cool to have some Haitian characters. Since I feel like it's not as common, and definitely not as common in cartoons, I feel like it would be interesting to have some Haitian characters. So that was the only time I took like some real life influence. But yeah, they're mostly completely fictional. Yeah.
Who's your favorite character you've created?
My favorite character, her name is Leek, because she's tall like a leek, like a green onion. She's tall, she has really long hair, she's Haitian, and she's a skateboarder, and she's also good at martial arts. So she's my favorite character.
Whoa, slay. I wish I was her.
Me too.
And you're also going to SF, right?
I am.
You're opening for Vegan?
I'm going tomorrow, yeah.
Whoa, you gotta get on that
At
plane.
11 a.m. flight, I'm going to San Francisco.
Are you excited?
Hell yeah, it's gonna be turned.
YRZOO here with dazegxd.
What's up?
You have a recent collab with Quinn, and it is an EP called DSX FM. So, what was the process of making that like?
Back in like, I'd say like 2020, around that time. And like, you know, she's always been cool, always one of my favorite artists. And like, she hit me up one day out of the blue in August of like last year and was like, hey, do you want to make an EP? I was like, okay, cool. And like, she was like, great, send me some shit with some breaks on it. And like, already knowing like, you know, that she fucks with GTA 3, I was like, fuck it, yeah, let's make a collab project based around this radio station called MSX FM, but we're just gonna change it to DSX FM for dead air. And also that radio station is inspired by Moving Shadow, which is a London drum bass and jungle label, which inspires the sound. So like when we made that shit together, like best of both worlds.
Since a lot of your music has like a video game feel, what are some of your favorite games to play?
Jet Set Radio Future, Sonic Rush. I'm really into Yakuza 0 right now. I fuck with Solitaire. Yeah. And Tetris.
So the first song of yours that I heard personally was Fallen for You. And you have like a video of the anime Panty and Stocking. So I was wondering, when did you first watch that show, and is it your favorite?
Yeah, I watched that shit on YouTube when I was like 10 years old, like all 13 episodes. And like, I've just been fucking with it ever since. And yeah, that shit is my top favorite anime. Number 2 is Pot Team Epic.
You also have your own original character. Does the character have a name? I know it's the cover of your album, V-Kiss. So, and what does it represent?
Yeah, she don't got a name, but we just call her Days Girl because it's funny. But yeah, it's really just like a representation of my music and like a lot of the styles that I was into at the time while making it. So like, think like 2000s and 2010s deviant art mixed with Y2K fashion, mixed with just being black. Yeah. And
today you performed here with Gum and Swami. So what is your relationship to them, and how did y'all meet?
They're my blood brothers. Well, blood brothers without the blood. But they're great people. I love them. I met Swami through Gum, and I met Gum through Twitter. And ever since then, we just like been clicked up since for like the past like what, 3 years? We met through DJ. But we met through mutual friends, and we just been clicked up for the past like 3 years, and it's been great.
Bet. Thank you so much, dazegxd.
No problem. Peace, y'all.